Shabbat Shalom. This week we read Parshat Tavo and the awesome assembly which took place at Har Eival and Har Grizim, the covenantal assembly of the Brachot and Kolot, where the entire Bnei Israel gather at Har Eival and Har Grizim, 6 tribes on one side, 6 on the other, and they pronounce the blessings and the curses. And the Torah records this in a series of 12 statements, each beginning with the word Arur. Arur ha'ish asher yaseh pesel u'maseicha Torah bar Hashem aseh yedei charash v'sam baseter va'anu kol ha'am va'amru amen. We have 12 statements of curse, which Chazal say are also 12 statements of blessing. And the people all answer, Amen. The last one, of course, is Arur asher lo yakim et divrei haTorah hazot. The idea that we have to establish the whole Torah. And these 12 statements corresponding to the 12 tribes, the 12 stones on which the Torah is written surrounding them, this is clearly a recommitment to Torah or mitzvot that Am Yisrael are making as they enter the land of Israel. But there is one detail here which stands out, one word which seems to be very peculiar. It tells us that the person who makes a pesel u'maseicha, an idol, is cursed. But it says, v'sam baseter. He puts it in private. And this word comes up again. Arura maker ehu baseter. That it is wrong to strike your friend in private. I don't understand. Is it okay to hit your friend in public? It is okay to commit idolatry in public? Why does it mention here baseter? And many people have pointed out, many mefarshim, that when we look at this entire list, there is something about the private and the public here that comes to the fore. You see, somebody might think that they, in the public square, they'd never do idolatry, but in private, they have their little idol at home. Violence, nobody would want to see me as a violent man, but in private, they do all sorts of other things. And when we look at the list, we see that many of them relate to things which would take place in private. Arur mashger iver baderech. When you take the blind person, and that is clearly a metaphor for people who are in the dark, and you send them on the wrong way, that's something you're not going to do. That happens on the quiet, in private. Arur mateh mishpat geri aton almana. When you pervert justice, it happens behind closed doors, in hushed, dark back rooms. That's where this happens. And therefore, this is an entire list of things that people might, on the outside, look full of decency. But behind, in their hearts and in their private lives, will be people who have despicable lifestyles, will be committing great travesties of justice, and will be breaking the Torah. Rav Hirsch points this out when he says, all blessing is denied to him who outwardly plays the pious man devoted to God, but in secret denies the exclusive existence of one God and his rule. In other words, what we're looking for is, we're seeing a balance here between private and public. And Chazal have a wonderful phrase about the Talmid Chacham who should enter the Beit Midrash, that he should be tocho kavaro, his inside like his outside. We're meant to have the inside and the outside in an alignment. And we're meant to be consistent people, ethical people, moral people, holy people, inside and outside. It's amazing to think that this is the focus of the Brachot and Kolot. That Hashem is asking Am Yisrael to commit to such a high standard of ethical conduct. But I want to focus here on the power of talking about private things in public. Because when we widen the lens and we think about our parsha is full of public statements about private things. The parsha opens with Parsha Bikurim. And in Parsha Bikurim, I, the farmer, am bringing my fruits to the Bet Mikdash. I'm making a public ceremony about my personal fruits. And I'm turning around to Hashem and I'm saying, Higaliti ayom l'Hashem Elokecha ki bati ala aretz asher nishba Hashem l'avotenu. I'm using an opportunity as a private farmer to celebrate our national existence and the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has vayitein lanu et haaretz hazot eretz zavat chalav udvash. Likewise, in Sheni of this week's parsha, Vidui Masrot, the confession of the tithes. It's one of the loveliest types of confession Instead of saying Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, what do we do instead? We say, Bi'arti HaKodesh min habayit, Natativ lelevi lager li'atom ha'almana. I've done it all right. We have the idea of a positive vidoy, not a negative vidoy. Vidoy is very powerful. We're about to go into the period of the Yamim Noraim. You know, there are things inside, those things baseter, and by bringing them out, we get a chance to look at ourselves in the mirror. That's what Am Yisrael are asked to do in the Tochacha, and that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us a positive opportunity to do when we bring the Bikurim and when we say Vidui Ma'asrot. And as we enter into this period of soul-searching, Elul, and the Yomim Noraim, we should always try and reach for that opportunity to have our inside and our outside in alignment and to reach for the highest standards. Shabbat Shalom.